Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Bold and the Beautiful. Steffy's shocking move leaves Finn second-guessing her motives? Bold and the Beautiful left Finn stunned after learning Steffy Forrester went against Liam Spencer's wishes on the CBS soap. Her latest move also aggravated Liam, who was adamant she not tell anyone that he is dying. But she did, and when Finn questions his wife about this, he is not thrilled with her answer. So, Steffy gives Finn a good reason to second-guess her agenda this week on B&B. But she wasn't done spreading the word, as Taylor Hayes hears it from Steffy next. But Finn just goes along with his wife, agreeing she did the right thing. But does he mean that? The Bold and the Beautiful put Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline McInnes would, in her control mode this week when she delivered the awful news to Hope Logan, Annika Noel, about Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton dying. Hope promised Steffy she wouldn't tell Liam that she knows about his horrific secret. But that lasted about 5 minutes, when Hope invited Liam back to her house. Hope couldn't contain her emotions, and Liam picked up on this right away. Then he asked Hope if Steffy told her, and Hope didn't deny it. Liam was upset that Steffy broke her promise, but Hope stuck up for her, saying that she had a right to be told. Still, Liam seemed unsettled over the betrayal. Steffy's broken promise not only rattled Liam, but it also seemed to aggravate Finn Tanner Novlin. Steffy didn't sway from her stand that Hope has a right to know. And while fans tend to agree with her, many still thought it was Liam's place to tell Hope when he was ready. And so did Finn. After delivering the terrible news to Hope on Bold and the Beautiful, Steffy Forrester returns home to find Luna Nozua, Lisa Yamada, there with Finn. While Finn had the situation under control, Steffy took right over. She told Luna the same thing Finn just said, that Luna is not welcome there and she will never have a relationship with Finn. Again, Steffy took right over, just like she did with Liam by telling Hope his secret. Steffy made no apologies for doing this when talking to Finn this week on Bold and Beautiful. And while he understood that Hope has a right to know as the mom of his daughter, Finn wasn't too happy that Steffy did this. But he assured her if Liam is upset, he will likely get over it soon. While Bold and the Beautiful fans saw Steffy Forrester at the helm of who Finn could see and couldn't see for a long time, Finn didn't seem to recognize this. The good doc basically followed Steffy's lead on how to live his family life. This includes not being able to spend time with his birth mother, Sheila Carter, Kimberlyn Brown. And now the latest demands of not having a relationship with his crazy daughter Luna weighed heavy on Finn, previously on Bold and Beautiful. With Steffy coming home and telling Finn that she told Hope about Liam's death sentence, he could see this as another incident of Steffy taking control and not caring about how Liam feels about this, which is similar to when Steffy Forrester forbids Finn from any contact with his mother or daughter. There's no concern over Finn's feelings. Steffy's words to Finn come across as just don't do it. Bold and the Beautiful fans see that Steffy has a good reason for all these things, forbidding Finn's mother and daughter relationships and informing Hope. But so far, it has been more like dictating Finn's world, and now it's Liam's turn to lose his control over who knows his fate. Now, with Luna knocking on Finn's door, this is far from over for him yet. So, will he start seeing the bigger picture with Steffy Forrester? Her need to control changes people's lives, just like she did to Hope Logan at Forrester Creations. Hope didn't follow Steffy's directions to stay away from Finn, or at least Steffy thought she didn't. And this anger carried on through to the takeover, which finally gave Steffy an excuse to fire Hope that would stick. But Steffy did her best to make Hope's life miserable, even with her relationship with Thomas Forrester, Matthew Atkinson. She did everything in her power to keep her brother away from Hope. So, Finn took it all in from the first day he became Steffy's love interest. But maybe now that Steffy disregarded Liam's feelings and went behind his back, the picture finally forms for Finn. So, maybe this is the starting point for Finn to push back at Steffy Forrester over the way he wants things, not just how she decides it should be. For weeks, tensions inside the cliffside Forrester home had been quietly building like a storm Finn kept hoping would pass. He had convinced himself that Steffy was simply overwhelmed, distracted, protective of her family. Nothing unusual for a woman who had fought battles far louder and darker than the ones currently simmering under the surface. But this time, Steffy's actions carried a different energy, something secretive, something calculated, and as everyone around her began to sense it, Finn was forced to face a question he never thought he'd ask about the woman he loved more than anything. What exactly was Steffy up to? Everything changed the morning she made her move. Steffy had been awake since dawn, pacing along the terrace with a coffee she never drank, rehearsing a conversation she wasn't willing to share with anyone. She watched the ocean with a sharp intensity, as if the waves had answers she needed. Even when Finn stepped outside, shirt sleeves rolled up and eyes soft, she barely acknowledged him. He felt the distance. She didn't have to say a word. But when she finally did, her voice was resolved, clipped, and strangely rehearsed. She told him she was calling an emergency family meeting at Forrester Creations. Not for business, not for fashion, but for something she described only as a necessary decision. A protective one. Finn's pulse tightened. Whenever Steffy used the word protective, it almost always meant trouble. Still, he followed her through the morning's chaos. The hasty phone calls, the tense drive, the silence between them so thick he could practically hear the unspoken words vibrating inside her. The moment they entered the executive office, she locked the doors behind them. Ridge, Thomas, Hope, even Brooke, who had clearly been dragged into the meeting reluctantly. They all stood looking to Steffy like she was about to deliver a verdict rather than an announcement. And then she did. With a calm, controlled breath, Steffy announced that she had taken steps to permanently cut Sheila out of their lives. Not just emotionally, not legally, not socially, permanently. She had found a way to ensure Sheila could never again claim a place in Finn's orbit, their children's orbit, or the Forrester orbit. No loopholes, no chances at redemption, no more surprises. Finn felt his body go cold. It wasn't that he wanted Sheila in his life. He didn't. He had sworn that chapter was closed. But Steffy had acted without him. She had made decisions that affected his family, his identity, his future. And she did it in secret. He asked her how, what exactly she had done. But Steffy dodged the question, telling him only that the less he knew, the safer they all would be. She insisted Finn trust her. She insisted this was her responsibility, her call, her way of ensuring that their children would never be touched by Sheila's darkness. Ridge praised Steffy's strength. Thomas backed her without hesitation. Brooke looked conflicted but ultimately relieved.